Today we're going to be taking a look at subtracting mixed numbers. So we're going to be starting with a mixed number and taking away a fraction. So for problem 1, the direction says subtract. Model with a number line. So far we've mostly been using modeling to kind of wrap our heads around what's going on with mixed numbers, but today we're going to be looking at how to do that with a number line. So when I draw my number lines, I usually like to have at least one number below and one number higher than what we're starting with. And the whole number we're starting with is 6. So I'm going to draw a big old number line. I'm going to mark 5, 6, and 7. So what I'm going to do next is look at this hole between 6 and 7 because that's the number I'm looking at. 6 3/5 means it's bigger than 6, but it's smaller than 7. So I need to split that into 5 pieces because the denominator of my fraction is fifths. So I'm going to change my color so you can really see it and draw 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. All right, so I want to figure out where is my starting point. Where is 6 3/5? So I'm going to look at 6. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3 fifths, and I'm going to mark it, and I'm going to label it. So that point is 6 3/5. All right, so my first half of solving this problem is done. I have it set up. So what I'm going to do now is take away 1/5. Remember, when I'm taking away, the number's getting smaller. So I'm going to move this dot over one spot, over 1/5, and bam, that's my new spot. So now I have 6 and 1/5 and 2/5. So 6 and 2/5. So I know that 6 3/5 minus 1/5 is 6 2/5. And if you're more comfortable with the box method, let's draw that out just so you can see what it looks like. So I started with 6, and I have a bar broken up into fifths. All right, let's say we started having 3/5 shaded in, 2, 3, and then I decided to take away one of those fifths. I'm going to grab my eraser and I'm going to erase one of these fifths, and I'm left with 2/5. All right, looking at problem B, I'm going to be looking at 4 9/12 minus minus 7/12. Let me read that again without messing it up. 4 9/12 minus 7/12. So again, I'm going to look at what number I'm starting with. I'm starting with 4 holes, which I need to know to make my number line. I'm going to make this all the way down at the bottom so it can be super long, because splitting it up into 12 pieces is going to take up a little bit of space, so it's not super cluttered. So I'm always going to use my number lines. I'm going to use the number below, the number I'm looking at, and the number above. So the number below 4 is 3. We already have 4, and the number above 4 is 5. The first thing I need to do is find where 4 9/12 is on the number line. So I'm going to be looking at this interval between 4 and 5 because 4 9/12 is bigger than 4, but it's still smaller than 5. So I'm going to split that interval into 12 equal pieces by drawing 11 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There we go. All right, so to find 9/12, I'm going to 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9/12. That shows me right here is 4 and 9/12. All right, I'm going to change my color because now I'm going to work on taking away 7/12. So I'm going to start at 9/12, and I'm going to count backwards. I'm going to go 1/12, 2/12, 3, 4/12, 5/12, 6/12. All right, I took away 7/12, and this is where my dot landed. So let's count where it is. This is 4, 4 and 1/12, 4 and 2/12 is where my dot landed. So I know if I started with 4 and 9/12 and I took away 7/12, now I have 4 and 2/12. Again, just to show it for all you visual learners out there, because I know I am, I'm going to start with a box split up into 12ths. So here we go, 1, 2, 3. Right now I have 4. Alright, so this is split into 12, so I have 3 rows of 4. I started with 9/12 shaded. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's what I started with. I'm going to get my eraser tool. I'm going to erase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I erased 7 of those boxes, and I'm left with 2 out of 12 boxes filled in. Pieces. Ooh. All right, let's continue practicing with 2 more problems. So looking at problem C, we have 7 and 1/4 taking away 3/4. So before I even start my problem, I can see that I'm taking away a bigger fraction than I'm starting with. So let's see how that's going to change solving it. I'm going to start by drawing my number line. So I'm going to solve this problem above, and I'll solve problem D below. Move these problems down so they're right in the middle. So like always, I'm going to set up on my number line one number below, the whole number I start with, and one number above. So number below 7 is 6, and in the middle I'll have 7, and one number above is 8. So I'm going to be looking between 7 and 8, because 1/4, 7 and 1/4 is bigger than 7, but it's still smaller than 8. So I'm going to split that interval into 4 equal pieces because my denominator is 4. So I'm going to do that by drawing 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. All right, so let's figure out where I'm starting. I have 7 and 1/4. So I start at 7, hop over 1 space, and that's already 7 and 1/4. So now I have to take away 3/4. I know that I can only go left 1/4 right now, so I'm going to have to fill this interval in with those 4th sized equal pieces. So again, I'm going to draw 3 lines, and I'm going to change my color to move backwards just so we can really see it. So I'm starting at 7 1/4, and I'm going to take away 3/4. So I'm going to move left to take away 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. So this is where my dot is going to land. All right, let's figure out where it is. So it's smaller than 7 now because it's left of the 7. So that means it's 6 and 1/4, 6 and 2/4. So I know that 7 and 1/4 minus 3/4 is 6 and 2/4. Moving on to problem D, I have 8 and 3/8 minus 5/8. So I'm going to draw my number line. Let me pick a new color to use. So I'm starting with the whole number of 8. So that means I'm going to have one number below 8, which is 7. Right in the middle I'm going to have 8. Then one number higher than 8, which is 9. So I'm looking at the interval between 8 and 9 because 8 and 3/8 is bigger than 8, but it's smaller than 9. So I'm going to split that interval up into 8 equal pieces by using 7 lines because our denominator is 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so now I have 8 equal pieces right there. And I need to find where 8 and 3/8 land. So I started at 8, I move over 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. Boom, found it. All right, so I'm going to mark that there. Right here, I have 8 and 3/8. Awesome. All right, so now I need to take away 5/8. But I know that this is going to be the same problem as last time. I only moved 3/8 bigger than 8? I'm going to be moving left more than that. So I'm going to be getting smaller than 8 now. So as soon as I move left of this 8, that means I'm looking at 7 and a fraction instead of 8 and a fraction. Because anything left of the number 8 means it's smaller than the number 8. All right, so let's split the interval between 7 and 8 into those equal eighths by drawing 7 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, sorry that's a little messy. Okay, so we're starting at 8 3/8, which we found already and marked. And we're moving left 5/8 because we're taking away 5/8. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where I land. So let me put a mark there. All right, so now we need to figure out what it is. So I start at 7, 7 1/8, 7 2/8, 7 3/8, 7 4/8, 7 5/8, 7 6/8 is where my dot landed. So I know that 8 3/8 minus 5/8 gives me 7 6/8. Hopefully how to solve this type of problem makes sense to you. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to message me on Class Dojo, message me on Seesaw, text me at my Google Voice number. I'm more than happy to help. Good luck and have fun working.